You touched on an interesting thing, and that is our different styles of play. And this is something that, like, over the 3 years we've been doing this together, we've kind of been consistent, right, in our styles of play. So Dan is very much, if I had to describe you in 2 Lander traits, definitely fanatical, as we've just described, all these cunning plans, and he's fanatical about everything he does.
It's not like I know the entire.
It's not like he's got a big Google sheet in his head and he's constantly just. Sometimes his eyes glaze over, and he's just like processing the numbers. But that's why we have this timer, so we just go boom, like get back in the game. Although he usually plays that on me. But yeah, I think you're definitely more of a fanatical and strategic. So you're looking at all the options. And Lander is a game of options, and your play, I think, perfectly exemplifies that, because your whole thing is like, I'm going to hoard as many cards as I can, specifically traits, because with traits being, the option of flipping them one way or the other, it gives you like ultimate flexibility in how you build up your crew. And you're like, your whole strategy is like, I'm going to just do 4-star research missions if I have them, if they're available, and I'm going to get as many cards as I can so I can do them most efficiently, which is a fantastic strategy. You usually beat me like 55 or 60% of the time.
Sean, on the other hand, he is an opportunist. He would probably be described as a little bit resourceful in the way that he plays.
You got to be kindness too.
I mean, when you're on kindness, you really have to kind of think about.
It's a resource management strategy game, so you got to be resourceful.
And I would probably say, Sean's character traits are pretty diplomatic. Like when we're playing a multiplayer game, he never really likes to rock the boat.
No, if you attack me, different story. I'm not going to be the one who draws first blood.
Yeah, it's very. He's a very nice man. But Sean's strategy in Lander is that he likes to race ahead, and he's almost like, catch me if you can.
Hey, you got to put the pressure on them, make them match your number.
And for me, I always find that
slow and steady wins the race.
The
tortoise and the hare.
So, yeah, the different game styles that you can encounter do provide multiple different ways to win. And what I find is that I will beat Sean by tiebreakers at 1
As we've already detailed.
That's my most common method of beating him. Where Sean will either lose to me by a tiebreaker or 1 star, or beat me by 14 stars. There's like no in between.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, I don't mind losing a 1-star game. We've played 3 hours, you lost by 1, but it's like, if you race ahead, you feel like you're in control in a good situation. Like, for most of the time playing, you were winning. It's like, it's like in a football game, like, you look at possession, right? If a team has got 80% of possession, like...
Well, they could be 3-0 down.
They could be 3-0 down, but they felt like they had control in the game. And so I give myself the illusion of control by racing ahead. And I'm like, I know what he's doing, but it's like if I have that lead, then I just have to sabotage him enough that he can't reach me. Whereas if I'm playing and I'm behind in stars or we're even, it's like I have to do 2 things at once. I have to stop you and try to go ahead. So yeah, definitely more of an opportunist, thinking a few moves ahead. Dan's like, I've got my whole year planned 10 steps ahead. So you can definitely play it in different ways.
I think there's been some of our friends that we've playtested it with quite commonly who would play in different ways again to both of these styles.
We had the guy at Gen Con who he came back and played 4 games, I think, over the span of a weekend. And it's the biggest, it's the biggest convention in the world.
Was that Josh?
No, Josh played 3 times. This was Zachary. He came back every day. We loved him. He brought his friends, and we had a number of games, different game modes. And I just remember he didn't win until his 4th game, so maybe that was part of it. Like, he had unfinished business. But it was funny because every game he had 2 goals: be the food master, collect the most food on the board every year, and kill as many crew members as he could. And he would get so excited, like, oh, boom, you're dead. And he would just go through it really quick, like not even really explain, like, I'm playing the plasma bomb, got these characteristics. He's just like, and my turn. Oh, you're dead. And then just like put the discard right in the put the card right in the discard pile and ready to move on. He was like, he must have had a secret ledger where he was just scratching off crew members.
Yay! I'll kill more crew members.
I had to keep reminding him, like, Zachary, there's no accolade for most killed crew, but
maybe it's something right.
Yeah, in the expansion maybe. That's like, some corporations are incentivized to really undercut each other. I don't know. So yeah, so he was an interesting play style, and I mean, I've been playing a lot with my parents lately, and that's always interesting when you get like a couple people in their 60s who, their version of board games is like Monopoly, Life, Clue, Trivial Pursuit, those kind of things.
Cluedo if you're in
Clue, yeah, we've got to make that's localization for you. But I never understood the Clue versus Cluedo. But yeah, so like, I mean, that's their kind of vision of board games. So this is like a totally different kind of puzzle for them. And it took them a few games to kind of get into it. We started with the basic simulation, kind of worked through it so they got comfortable with the mechanics, the setup, the kind of the gameplay. But now they're just hooked, and we've played like a number of times a week over the last few months as we get closer to Kickstarter. And it's funny because like we all have three different play styles. It's like my dad is like, it's a resource game, and we get as many resources as I can. There's a 2-tile, like he'll, as soon as he sets up the planet, he's like, how many 2-tiles are there? And he'll like try to strategically get as many 2s as he can. Even though they don't upgrade well, like that's his goal. Get many 2s, get crew members who give you resources, try to have like 30 resources coming in year 3 in early arrival and try to win that way. My mom is the complete opposite. She'll like be like, oh, there's a 2-tile available, but I don't know, it doesn't really upgrade very well. That 0, 3, 4, that doesn't look bad. Maybe I'll go start with 0 and see where that goes. And like my dad's like, yes, another 2 for me. And she's like, well, I don't need the resources now, but she uses every resource super efficiently. And she plays like you. Hoards cards, only does research missions, very tactical. And again, I'm kind of in the middle, like opportunistic, plan a little bit, try to do a bit of everything and keep your options open. So